I do a good job. Pull up and pop out and pull off. Hat on and hood on, pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one, they wanna keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense, I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Yeah. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pounds. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Touchdown, 8th floor, come down, hotel, lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m. check out. Might give her one foul just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest, no recess in my schedule. Right. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got tentacles. Right. Half the Emirates need a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than a matching. Plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope. They thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. Right. And I don't need you to okay it. Yeah. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pounds. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown.
They can't take it to 10.
Hey.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, 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 yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. They on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle this. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerge victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, is glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash. They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's no need in keeping it low-key. I can carve up the D like a turkey or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets. The coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team morale took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just try not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. Honey, dash. Honey, y'all dash. Honey, y'all dash. Honey, y'all dash. Honey, y'all dash.
I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. competition looking steep. Yeah, I'm training, I've been focused, I've been bombing from the deep. I'm like, move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the I'm about to make a play.
This building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. A few minutes ago, it sounded like the 4th of July on the National Mall as the hometown Redskins were introduced to this sold-out crowd. They are set to go as their guys will match up with the San Francisco 49ers. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Here we go. Hey, alert!
Now a man who really stepped up last year, this is Matt Breida. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. Matt Breida out of Georgia Southern now in his 3rd year in a 49er uniform. He was tough to keep off the field last year. Very good yards per carry, 5.3 on 153 attempts. Good for over 800 yards rushing. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Thomas Davis. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
They'll go with Darius Geis, who missed all of 2018 with injury. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. This is Chris Thompson in his 7th season now as a Redskin. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Gun.
From the gun, here's Newton. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38. Nick Bosa in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over, and it's a big kick. But now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
On now is the 27-year-old rookie, Mitch Wisnowski, to punt, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
They start on the ground with Geis. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From the
end zone, Newton. This one complete to Calvin Harmon. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. A Redskin first down. The pickup 15 yards.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And he'll find some space up to about the 25.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll try and get it with Geis. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. On 1st and 10, Newton. Got a man, that's Rashard Higgins. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Shotgun handoff to Thompson. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down, Newton slings this deep from McLaurin. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
A tremendous return there, 39 yards. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On 1st down, here's Breida. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down. Single slot. Here we go.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Thorne. And a return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
What's that? What ain't it? Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. 57's Mike.
Out of the gun, Newton. This one complete to Jordan Reed. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Redskins on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Newton now to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. Looking for his tight end Reed, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Here's Breida. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Kendall Fuller in on the stop. You don't see that a ton, do you? A cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him his side of the field. Sees that the ball is moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
21.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. That'll be complete to Breida. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. A good starting spot for the Redskins as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
You got 3 down.
On the ground, it's Geis. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Here's Newton. Forced out to his left. Slings this. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. He's had it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week.
He's got a man. Complete. 39 yards there. A big one.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Rebound, 132 fighter.
To throw is Garoppolo. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 12-yard line.
Here we go.
49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. It's 1st and 10 from the 12.
21.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Reuben Foster picks it. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now after the run by Geis, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down. 3rd and long. It's Newton. Open man is Higgins. Yeah, this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the 1st down right near the 24. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Yeah, they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Reuben Foster picks it. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
They're watching the film, and it's working. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Throwing again on 2nd down. Newton, he'll let this go for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Time here for likely 1 play, and then these 2 teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot down. No. Guaranteed the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. After a rare scoreless first half, these teams now just looking for something as the second half gets underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight. Maybe not this tight, scoreless as we start the third quarter.
And I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how they've played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been free. They've got to find a way to make some plays, and I don't think you do it if you're really tight in everything that you're doing in the game.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Newton now to throw. And some room to work. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. First play of the drive is a run with Thompson. And he stopped immediately there. In on the stop, it was Tarvarius Moore. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now it's Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. A first throw for the backup Haskins. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Taking it about the 16. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Here we go. What do you need? Man, I got you.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that's going to be intercepted. Landon Collins, the Pro Bowl safety. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, here's Haskins. Catch is made. It's Harmon. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
2 yards and able to get the 1st down in the process.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
Throwing on 2nd down. Haskins. This pass complete to Higgins. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Now Haskins to throw it. He's got Thompson here, complete. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Haskins. And that is going to be incomplete. Pretty solid coverage there by the All-Pro Richard Sherman, able to get a hand in. So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed fourth down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it at all? Will that change what they do going forward in this game? A lot of questions to be answered by them. The defense doesn't really care. They're like, bring it on again. We'll stop you the next time, too.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Black 80. 65, 65. Hey, Delta. Hey, alert. 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 Cut.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away. Flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose it down on the grounding call. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big 30-yard play on 3rd. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. This one complete to Coleman. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Call that a very strong gain of 24. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
On 2nd down. It's Thompson, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. 3rd down. Here's Haskins. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
They stay on the ground. Geis again. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short. The roughing the kicker called on 4th down. What a big break. Leads to a 1st and 10.
Hey, let's get there.
Garoppolo gives to Breida. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Matt Breida, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Now Gold for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
Next to score, Niners 28, Redskins nothing. Robbie Gould.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
On 1st down, it's Haskins. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now it's Haskins. And that is incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 24-yard line. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 24. Haskins will throw. He's got it complete to Thompson. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch.
Haskins going to throw again. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
11.
They run again with Breida. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. 15 for the Niners there and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Breida, he'll try the right side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So the victory here for San Francisco, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for the Niners, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Washington, they dropped just their 2nd game so far as they fall
to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get up out the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. I score up in the end zone, do my dance all on a hater. A mover and a shaker, you a novice, I'm a player. I'm from DC, but I'm running through and sacking like a raider. 2 chains on my neck, one for now and one for later. And we don't play fair, baby, we play for keeps. You can pass me up, this is not a bye week. I'm looking for a trophy competition, looking steep. Yeah, I'm training, I've been focused, I've been bombing from the deep. I'm like, move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get up out the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. Move the needle for the city like the championships. All my records go hard, this a champion hit. I've been working for this moment like I've been in the gym. Jumping all over hurdles, I'm evading the pit. Hit to hit with anybody, take them, I can shake them. I invite them to the fire, then I bake them, I'ma break them. I'm a Hall of Fame legend, they should go and hang my jersey. Made to put in work, I don't think they really heard me like, move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get up out the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. Ain't no stopping me, ain't no topping me. I am up, #1 seed, ain't nobody popping up. Got a squad of gorillas from the jungle suited up. You kicking off against me, hope you ready, get it up. I be booted up, popping out a Sprinter or a truck. Whole team chasing bags while they chasing us. Calling audible, I read the game, I think it's time to switch. You get hit, if I miss, then my teammates got the blitz, yeah. Move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get up out the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash. They will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone. Watch me celebrate. I'm copy. I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man. Oh, there with the hands. Thought he could guard me. I ruin they plans. I do what I want. They do what they can. Got it on smash. Put on the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. Yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Hit dog.
Okay, Coach, thank you. We are technically 5 miles east of Washington, D.C. That's where the home of the Washington Redskins resides. FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the Washington Redskins. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. Check. 315. Check. 48. Come on. You're right. Bang out.
And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. That is not a sign of things to come. A rude welcoming to this ball game. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Hey, let's go double count right here, double count.
48, Mike. 48.
Far left.
Mike, 48.
To throw is Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
6 right there. Left pass. Stop here,
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. But they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose.
Good.
On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
25. Go. Straight 0. Mike 56.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Right there, 56. There. Push left. 56, the mark, boy, 56.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there'll be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
They run for him with Breida. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Matt Breida hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive. Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, computer, exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go play action with Wilson. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Yeah, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and pressure advantage.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Redskins touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go! The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left, early in November, but they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Alert, 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 alert.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56. Watch the curl.
From the 27, Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
56 is the mic. Go. Switch.
Alert, alert, alert.
Tighten up.
14.
Say.
They run with Breida. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
56.
Throwing on 2nd down, Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Second down, Haskins slings this deep from McLaurin. It's caught inside the 25. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. Big yardage that time for the Redskins. 52 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now a run with Geis. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 15-yard line.
56 to Mike.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Haskins. That's caught by Hollister. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Third down, here's Geis. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. From the shotgun, Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Here's Haskins to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 28. On 1st down, here's Love. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Shotgun handoff down to Geis. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Now it's Haskins. Open man, here's Foster. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. On first down, this is Geis. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Here's Geis. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Darius Geis, as the first half is winding down. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Hopkins with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now we're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
48, 48
From the gun, it's Wilson. Dancing to his left. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Reuben Foster picks it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, and call it an even 50 yards. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace, because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Haskins not the most mobile of quarterbacks, but delivering there on the scramble to pick up the first. On first down, it's Love. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Washington. Bryce Love, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead now up to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
It's a big play there for Seattle. 43 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Throwing on second and 14. Wilson. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
First down, Seahawks.
Move 15. 12.
Mike 48. Hey, we have it.
Gotta go, in and out. Let's go.
Running out of the gun here, Breida. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On second and 7, Wilson stepping up. He's going to kick, and he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. 14 yards as his guys are back within a single score. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
That'll be taken in the end zone. A nice little juke. Accelerating, and off he goes. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, touchdown, Washington. From end zone to end zone, it's a 106-yard return. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a give coming right is Breida. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Watch the screen.
Alert 3.
Gun. Mike 48. 19. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. That is caught. It's Perriman. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First target, first catch, and a first down. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jonathan Allen able to record his 5th sack of the season. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. A good pickup there. 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
One of the selling points of the corner route is usually the receiver is able to move away from the defender. But in this case, he didn't get that far away.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now it's Breida. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson, end zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for him. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Redskins with the football and the lead as we start the 4th. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. That one covers 29 yards. First down. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the 4th quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a game that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Geis, they'll try to run it. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Again, Geis. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They run with Geis. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Let's go, baby.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Touch 50, touch 50.
Wilson now, throwing again. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Montez Sweat in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Operating from the gun. Wilson, he sets to fire deep. And got his man complete. Past the 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. 89 yards. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. Extra point up and through by Myers. As this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. He's at the 30. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Darius Geis. 78 yards. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead is up to 15 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Wilson going to throw again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Throwing is Wilson. Flush to his right. Now he'll let this one go deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Give him 32 on the play.
That's where having a mobile quarterback really pays dividends, because that old school stand in the pocket, make your throw guy, he doesn't make that play.
In addition to the mobility, how about his eyes? Just kept them downfield. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Redskins scoop it. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. A run on first down, but it's not going to get them much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll run with Geis. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
54, right there. 54, Mike.
Third down. Here's Haskins. Hard throw, incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw is Wilson. To throw again. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56. Good. Watch the pass.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And he will find his man on the outside. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's go, King. Big series right here. We got to step it up. Hey, 0. Check 48.
Now Wilson operating from the gun. Short throw to Disley. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Wilson. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play